Okay, so this video is to show all the features and how Scopeflow will help you to build your app. So first thing is this is kind of a V3 of Scopeflow, and I changed the core of the output of our app of Scopeflow. Before, Scopeflow was just an app where you could see your scope visually. So you would add an idea, and Scopeflow will build the visual representation of your scope with the pages, the features, the assets, the APIs that you need. Um, but now the AI is so good in actually building and understanding what do we want if we give enough context that this changed a little bit the output of our app, the output of Scopeflow. Now the main output of Scopeflow is actually turning your ideas into prompts, like the headline says. Um, I will show you in just a little bit. I just wanted to show that we changed the landing page to be more clear on what Scopeflow can provide you and how you can use Scopeflow to go from an idea directly to prompts. You don't need to um, write the prompts yourself anymore. Um, this is something that is that was asked of users. The users were, okay, now that I have the scope, how should I prompt? How do I write prompts? I need to take what I have, send to ChatGPT, and then ChatGPT will give me the prompt. Now you don't need to. Scopeflow would do all for you, and you will also have access not just the prompts, but also an AI that already have all the context of your app. So you can ask questions, you can change the scope, you can even ask to write prompts for specific things that you want. Maybe you don't want to add to the scope, or it's just a bug that you found, or something that you will need to change in the feature that is already built. Okay. So here is now our new landing page. Now I will create an account and then we can go together through the new onboarding. So once you add your email and the password or you sign up with Google, it will be redirected to this onboarding. Here is where you will choose if you want to build an internal app for your company or a startup. This new onboarding is basically to take what you have and write a better description of what you need, so we can give even more context and help from the already from the start. So you can just leave here a brief description of you have, and then we will write for you the actual description that is the best description to add to Scopeflow to have your project built. Okay, so for this, I will show the how to do the internal app. Let's do small company. Let's say transportation. And what is the problem? Okay, so I asked ChatGPT to write me like if it was a founder of a company, of a logistics company, and give me like it's very like a very brief idea, just some bullet points of what do we need for this app to help us. So just the problem that we have that we want to solve building this internal app. When we click continue, I will also take this and send to ChatGPT. Again, just some bullet points, just very brief description of how we're currently solving the problem. Okay. But basically, this is a logistics companies that have all the problems that we already know that logistics companies might have. So problem with tracking the orders, problem with tracking the employees, tracking the bills. So now let's see what we can grab for the tools. And here you can go crazy, right? You can add whatever you want in here, and you can write however you want. Because the more the better, right? That's the rule. And We have a method behind the how to write the descriptions of the apps, so it's not something that will don't let the AI hallucinate. Okay, so once we have this, it will start generating the ideas. But you can read the description of the app and you can select the app that you choose. Okay, the app that you want. So let's choose this one. I can see here the description. I can see the key highlights. I can even edit the description if I want. I don't want. So let's go ahead and build our scope flow. Now I added this very cool animation here. So before sending the user to the actual um, last page where we can unlock the project that we are building, um, here is already generating the project for us. So we don't need to go through the onboarding and then build our project. Here is already building our project for us. Okay. So we just need to wait a couple minutes, and then we'll be able to see just a brief overview of what it was built and the plans that for Scopeflow. Okay, now we have here just a very brief overview of what it was built. So we have here 23 pages, we have 14 features, we have 8 APIs, and we have 4 assets. Okay, just a taste of what you have when you actually go um, to Scopeflow's page, to our main dashboard. Okay, here you just need to choose the plan. If you're building something that is just for you, is just for your company, um, and if it is not a big lift, you can go ahead and choose the starter, or if it is a startup, I recommend you to choose the Pro, just because you have more than double of the messages. And we all know that if we are building something that is a startup, if we're building something that will require a lot of iteration, as many messages as we need as possible. Okay. Here I would choose the starter plan just for the sake of this demo, and I will come back once I have added my payment information. Okay, so once we have paid for our subscription, you'll be redirected to the project page that you just created in the onboarding. So we can see here that we have a lot of stuff. So imagine just writing all of this and trying to get all of this by yourself. It will be um, too much to do, right? And if you want to move fast, um, writing all of this by yourself, it will take probably. I have done a lot of times for clients, and doing this manually sometimes it takes 2 or even 3 days. Okay, so here it's what do we have? So these are the module nodes. So it's just to get all the things grouped into what they need to be grouped. Okay, just for easier representation and to be more um, visually organized, and also help with the context. So when we are building our list of prompts that I'll show you in a minute, you will see that the what our AI does is take all the context of the app and all the connections from pages to features to APIs, and write the prompt based not only on the features but also the dependencies, right? So here we have the assets nodes. Asset node is just first to tell the AI what do we want to add as assets. If it is a very asset heavy app, we need a lot of placeholders for images. We need um, placeholders for videos. Let's say we want to build something like um, Netflix. We need an image placeholder um, for the banner. We need for the preview. We need a quick video for the preview. We need the full video. So this is where the assets are used. Here we have our data node. So this is just the representation of the what do we call the entity, right? This will be like a table in your database. This is also to help the AI, even if you're using Lovable or the cursor, it will just help the AI to already know what you need to build, already know how to build the database, so you don't need to spend your messages in Lovable or Replit to let the AI figure it out. You will see in a moment that it has all the planning stage already figured out for you. Here, the purple ones are APIs. The blue ones are pages. These guys here, they are relationships. So this page is has a relationship with the proof of delivery. This we use this because um, when we are working with AI, when we will send a prompt and you just send a prompt, let's say for a page or for a feature, and it doesn't have the doesn't know what are the dependencies, what are the relationships with other features and other pages, things can get connected, things can get it can just rewrite the code because it doesn't know that it is already exist in our project. So this is just to help the AI to know, okay, I know that this page has, or this page or this feature or whatever, have a relationship with another section of the app. Okay. So we can also toggle this if we just want to work in just one module first and then come back to this one. Um, we have, let me just show you here. So the green ones are features. Okay. So green ones, features, blue ones, pages. The orange are assets. The purple ones are for APIs, and the darker green, let's say, is for our data schema for database nodes. Okay, and here what we can do is we can hide the node detail just to um, to make it easier for us to grab the nodes and to manage the nodes in a way that is better for us to see. Okay. We have here the focus mode. So when we have the focus mode enabled and we click into a node, only the connected nodes are all of the nodes are visible, but the other nodes that are not connected, they have an opacity. Okay, let's remove this. Let's remove this. You can also add nodes manually. Okay, you can see here that you can rearrange the nodes, reorganize, you can generate a project scope, but the most important ones are, for now, just to explain the nodes. These are our user journeys, right? So um, this is very important again for the AI because not just understanding how the features and the pages are needs to be built, it also needs to understand how the user will use these pages and these features. So you see a lot of times that you add a page to you give a page to Lovable or to Replit to build, and it doesn't know who needs to have access to this page, where this page needs to be placed in the um, schema of authentication of users, and here it explains it all. Where the user, what are the goals of the user when entering the app, and what are the entry points, and what are the outcomes. Okay, here we have our project node that is just to help you manage the project. You can add versions, so you can manage the project, add versions, and if you want to roll back to a previous version, you can. You can also share this with another person. When you share this link is just a view link, so just for view, they can't add it. But if you want to invite people to help you building this, you can. This person needs to have a Scopeflow account, but once you invite them, they will have access to this. You can build the scope the project with other people. Okay, you can support the project. Just markdown file with all the content that you have. Once you have the project connected, you can connect it to GitHub. This will give even more context to the AI, to builder prompts, to help you with questions and whatever you need. But now let's go to the main outcome of Scopeflow, which is generate the actual prompts. When you click here, the build sequence, it will build for you the sequence of prompts that you need to build your app. So you click here, and now it will generate all the prompts that you need to build the app. I will show you in just a minute. Okay, Scopeflow just finished generating all the prompts for us. If you see here, it was generated 34 prompts. So if you were just to write this by yourself, it will take a lot of time. And you see that we have first always our foundation prompt. The foundation prompt is what we will use to give context to the tool that we are just building. So if we are using Lovable or we are using Replit, usually if they're more agent centric, like Replit now, it will be able to generate more just from the first prompt, right? Because here we have the problem statement, we have solution, we have other requirements like pages, features, the data schema. We have also the UI guide that just generated a default user UI guide, but you can also generate one from the nodes that you can use, and it will generate it with these prompts. But here, what we can do now, we can just copy these. Okay, we can come here to Lovable. That is the main tool that I use to at least for prototyping, and hit enter. Okay, then Lovable would do a great work just taking the essence of what we have in our foundation prompt and generated the foundation. That is why we call it foundation. It will generate the foundation of our app. Okay. And then we can see here, once we add this to Lovable, we can send the status to building. And once it's built, we can send to debug and then deploy once this is already live. This was just to help you track the prompts that you have sent to Lovable and the ones that you're not. Okay. So once this is finished, then we can go ahead and you can add the other prompts like the landing page, billing and invoices that will generate the billing process of our app. Um, we see here that always send the context of your app first. So it knows, okay, you're building a billing system for an app that is an app for the fleet track, okay, with all the content that is needed. And you have all these prompts. You can refresh, you can generate the prompts. So let's say you created the prompts and then you want to change the UI, right? You go to the UI node, and I'll show you here. You can come here. Here is another feature from Scopeflow, but it's a feature that already existed before. You can select an image to basically just grab what you want for a reference from another app or whatever you want, and it will. Let me just come here, open this, generate style, and it will just generate the basic UI guide that every AI needs to build the CSS classes and whatever it needs to build. Today is also called UI guide, and a lot of these tools like Lovable or Base 44. And you see here that when you generate the prompts, it used your message used Okay. Uh, so every time that you create a new prompt in the Kanban, um, you will spend one message. And every time that you send a message here in the chat, it also you're also spending one message. So we are not yet token based. We're probably going to be in the future, just for easy tracking of for users and for us. But for now, it's just messaging, right? So every new prompt is a new message and use a message, and every message is actual a message. Okay, it's just easier to understand this way. So here we have the visual style, the UI guide that you can add to any AI, to any platform to build, to change, to improve the AI, the UI for you. Okay. Here we have three different types of agents. We have the builder to modify our scope or our user flow. We have the wizard just to ask questions about the project or whatever. If you want to ask questions about, let's say, how to connect to Google, it will send you ask will answer your question based on the context that you have in the project. And here we have the prompt builder. Again, if you want to change a feature, fix something, or do something different, you can create a prompt from here. It will create the prompt based on the context that you already have of your project. Okay. You can also generate prompts directly from the nodes, pages, and features. So when you create a prompt from a page, it will take all the connected nodes. So for example, this one here have all these three different nodes. So we have another page and a feature, and it will generate a prompt based on these three different nodes. Okay. Now I want to show the last part. That is something that will come up in the future. That is our Chrome extension. This Chrome extension is something that it will be a game changer because you have access to your context directly in the same page that you're using your either Lovable, Replit, or Base 44. So you see here that this is what Lovable generated is great. Now the Lovable generates images and whatever we need instead of just icon for placeholder. So we have the login and sign up page. We have the dashboard. You see that is already have the context of your app, name of app, and um, everything that we added for from our foundation prompt. Of course, you need to add the all the other prompts that we already have. But let me show you the Chrome extension. So if we click here, we have the prompts. You can sign up. Let me just grab me my email and sign up. Then here, let's say you are here building your project with Lovable. You can come here to your project and you have access to all of your prompts. You can also create what we call feedback prompts from here. You can use your microphone or you can type what you want to change. Let's say you want to change something on your landing page. You can type here or you can just speak with the agent, and it will generate a prompt for you for what you need for the feedback to fix something, to fix a bug, to change the style of our landing page or to create a new feature. And here you have access to the chat. Here you have access to the wizard, so you can ask questions about your project, and you have the prompt builder. If you want to again, if you want to change something, create a new feature, you can just ask to build a prompt and it will build the prompt for you based um, on what you need and based on the context that you have for your project. Okay, so again, these are all the changes and all the features that ScopesFlow provide. this video will be here in this landing page. Um, so if you like, make sure to grab your subscription now. This price will be changing once I have the Chrome extension um, already deployed into the Chrome store. So yeah, if you have questions, if you want to know more, you can send me a message on Instagram or you can send me an email, and I'll be answering you as fast as possible.